Hello guys and girls, this is Derek Weldon from Pacific Coast Auto. This is our YouTube channel where we review the cars that we buy from Japanese auctions for export to countries worldwide. Now this one here is an S15 Silvia with the SR20 DET engine, so that's the turbocharged 2-liter engine, rear wheel drive, and this one is super extra ultra special because of one little bit in the interior that is different from what I thought it would be. There is a kind of a rare interior option for this version of the Silvia, and I've only ever seen it one or two times before, but it was on this car and the auction seller didn't mention it, and so that's really cool. This is a year 2000 model with 6-speed manual transmission, 127,082 kilometers on it. Condition on it looks better than the auction sheet, and so we have a very nice body on it. Engine running condition is good, mechanics are good, and just overall appearance, especially with the 17-inch aftermarket Buddy Club wheels and the yellow paint. You don't see too many of these with this yellow paint, and so that is cool just to begin with. But we have the Nismo front bumper. See, with the side air ducts, kind of Skyline-like. That also comes with side skirts that are different from the standard S15 ones, and a rear spoiler that kind of looks like it has 3 legs, which is one too many legs for me. But a lot of people like it with this triangle third brake light there, and I guess with 3 legs, then you get more even dispersion of your downforce, possibly. Aftermarket and aftermarket there. Okay, so I'm going to go over a bunch of things. First off, the engine running condition is good. The oil checks out and the coolant checks out. That being said, when the car lands, make sure that you change out all your fluids and give it a nice tune-up, because in many cases you don't know the last owner and how diligent they were about doing their checks. Plus, when you get a nice car like this, you do want to give it a nice welcome to the family. No rust on the strut towers, which is good, because it's a Nissan. We have aftermarket air filter there, but otherwise nothing aftermarket in the engine bay. Okay, close the hood, give you guys a quick look. S15, probably the epitome of 90s Japanese sports cars. So this did come out in 99, so kind of a 2000s sports car, but the ethos of the Japanese sports cars of the 90s. This was the final version of the Silvia until Nissan gets their act together and makes a new one. Okay, so this is a year 2000 Silvia Spec R. Spec R is the turbo, Spec S is the not turbo. You can also tell because the Spec R turbo one comes with a 6-speed, whereas the not turbo version of it, which is still a very good car, comes with a 5-speed. 127,082 kilometers on here, auction grade 3.5. They say interior exterior C, but I think that guy was having a grumpy day, because it is, I think it would qualify as B for interior and exterior. So the seller, smart guy, that's sarcasm, didn't put any sales points or notes, and here's the auction inspection. So underside has surface rust. We get asked about this comment quite often. Underside surface rust to me doesn't bother me. It's going to be light and no damage to the underside. If you're going to drive the car in a climate that is colder or has snow and salt on the roads, good idea to rust, like rust convert with like a Pour 15 type product, and then just seal it so that it doesn't spread. Fender edges bent, like rolled fenders. Underside underside scratch, dent. Shift knob wear, steering wheel wear, dashboard glue stuff. You can see 2 things are glued onto the dashboard. It's like a monitor mount. You'll see when we go inside. Seat has cigarette burn mark small. It's on the passenger seat. It is too bad. That makes me sad, but it's like that big, and so it doesn't stand out that much. The trunk area has a medium stain in it. Tires stick out past the fenders, only slightly. That doesn't bother me when it's only slight like this car is. Aftermarket exhaust, wheels, tail lights. Unfortunately, the inside of the tail lights is kind of damaged. There's like some watermarks inside them. And headlight clear coat is peeling off. Mirrors, paint fade. I'll show you this now because it is true. Okay. And then the body here. See, we have B2 and U2 here. I thought that would be kind of a sad day, but it's actually not a sad day because those dents almost don't exist. Have a good look here. The only place that's dented is the part that was pulled out in order to fit the wider tires. And so right here it has been pulled out, and there is a paint crack or some worn off paint from where the tire has touched, but I wouldn't call that a U2 or a B2 level dent. That's just modification for cool wheels to put on your car. Okay, so otherwise the body is quite good. There are some repaint marks, but as I said in the other video that comes along with this set of videos, the paint job on this looks factory, but it looks like it has orange peel effect in some areas. But it looks like factory orange peel, which is a little bit weird that van just went by 2 times in a row. Like, a lot of cars have factory orange peel in their paint these days, especially since like clear coat became a thing in the mid 80s or even early 80s. Because then cars could be shiny without ever polishing the paint. Okay, so great looks. I love this car in yellow, and especially with the gunmetal color wheels. I do like the Buddy Club P1 wheels. I think they're a pretty cool looking wheel. I don't know how popular they are outside of Japan though. Okay, I love the character line that goes from here, and it goes up, and then splits here into kind of a wide rear end. I'm going to show on the other side because the lighting will be better. But from here in the back, I just think that's such a good look. And I really like this car with aftermarket taillights. See, this one has some damage in the inside of the lens there. I don't think the stock taillights in this car look good. And then see here, some damage in there, some like watermarks. And the top section of this has some sort of a like melting damage. Okay, I really like the exhaust. I think these cars are better with bigger exhausts, and I don't believe that with all cars, but I think that it suits this car a lot. I just want to look at it. I'm going to drive this car afterwards. Back into the lot, which is surprisingly empty. We had 2 days of full 7-driver pickups, and so everything is gone, but we have 15 cars ready to land that we have bought at auction already, and so it's going to fill up quick. Today is my day of rest, only 2 reports today. Cool. I've owned one of these once, but it was one of the by accident cars and then ended up losing money on selling it, which is a shame because I do very much like these cars. I like the idea of a Silvia. A smaller 2-door coupe with a more power than it really needs to have. And I do hope Nissan is nice to us. The doors don't go bump bump. Like, you know, usually a door will stop here and then you have to give it pressure and then it'll stop again, and then you can do that usually 2 or 3 times. You can't do that on this car, and so you have to be very careful. Now, the special thing is the orange interior. Most of these have gray seats that are kind of sucky seats. These ones are higher bolstered than the regular, and this bright orange Alcantara. And in this car, it's in really good shape, except for the one small cigarette burn. But in terms of wear and sagginess, look at this. So nice. And the inside smell of this car, it almost smells like the seats are made out of candy and you can eat them. But I don't recommend trying that. I didn't notice this one, but on the driver's seat there's a small cigarette burn there. The passenger one is possibly a little bit bigger there. The steering wheel also comes in leather with orange on it, but the orange has been worn off. Shouldn't be too hard to dye that back. It looks like the color originally doesn't match the seats exactly. Now, I've only seen these seats on the gray, the gunmetal gray Silvias, so having the orange seats with the yellow exterior is like a fruit salad, and I love fruit salad. Tweeters are fall off style. This is JDM modification. Okay, now the AC works. We got a turbo timer down here. We have the only car that I am aware of that has a factory A-pillar gauge. And that's an option. I believe that was a Nismo, the one with the Nismo Aero kit comes with this, but I might be wrong about that. Steering wheel works like a steering wheel should. It's actually really easy to steer, more than I remember it being, and so that's good. proper gauges. The 1, 2, 3 with the tachometer in the center is the happy gauges. You can see the stuff stuck to the dashboard there. Now we know it's been smoked in, but it doesn't smell like cigarettes even a little bit. I don't think the previous owner was a smoker, because the ashtray is bright and clean with no ash remnants in it. And cigarette lighter hasn't been used. Okay, aftermarket carrozzeria head unit, regular AC unit, and the shifter for 6 gears, which makes this probably a faster car than any of the other Silvias, despite this one being the last version. Usually the last ones are the heaviest. I don't know exactly how much weight that we have in this. I'm guessing it's somewhere around 1350 kilos. And then I think it's 250 horsepower in this one, which is not the fastest. Yummy. Not the fastest of all of the SR20 engines. That goes to the Pathfinder of all cars. There's a turbo Pathfinder only in Japan, and it is super rad. Okay, unfortunate you don't get orange seats in the back, but that would have cost Nissan too much, and they were already bleeding money when this car came out, and that's why you only got this car for 3 years. Okay, so that is the end of the review here. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, here's the peeling on the headlights. I should have mentioned that. I got everything else in the rest of the report, so this is kind of a collaboration report of all the details of the earlier videos and stuff. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to check out our other cars that we have, make sure that you subscribe. We put up probably about 20 to 30 videos a month or so on this channel. So thank you for watching, and have a nice day.